Hello Virgos, how you doing? Welcome to your energy reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 9th to the 15th of November. Hope you're doing well. Very particular energies coming from the sun and general things going on in the solar system at the moment. The messages from energy this week was all about finding your true self, as it were. And an amazing encounter at the inner portal as well. It's an absolute beautiful message from energy. You'll find that on this channel here. The energy update, where we went into what's happening on the sun, how it affects the earth energies and how it affects our chakra and auras. That would be on Cymatic TV. And we talked about the elements here, and I said there was going to be mainly air that's coming through, or we're going to be playing with a lot with the air, and then there's going to be some eruptions that's going to be coming in our direction, the earth, which will imply a lot of fire, which will eat up that air, as it were, and convert a lot of emotions into active sort of states. So, but that's come in incredibly quickly. It's already been happening. We've been talking about it on Cymatic TV with the X-flares and so forth. And this is how it plays out in your flower. So initially there was sort of like air that's through the system. There's already water and earth. There's water and earth. There's enough of at the moment within the system. But it has been stimulated a lot by the air over the last few days. And that's going to be playing a lot within you. So it's very inspirational, I would have thought, over the last few days. And now we've got that fire coming in, and that's what's going to be feeding off of all of that air that's at the base of you. And that's come in a lot quicker. So basically, on the coming week, I think it's the pressure that you may feel on the outside world, on the material side, is also stimulating your passions for your relationship side. It's always a case of, the grass is always greener on the other side of the thing. When we're working really hard, we want to be with our family. That's the sort of scenario you've got to be a little bit careful of, that you do take that time out and etc. So, and I think that's going to be, it's going to be a very, very stimulating from within you this week here, Virgo. Did I call you Taurus earlier on? I do apologise if I did. But anyway, it's going to be a very stimulating week from within, but it's dealing with that input of fire that is going to sort of, you've got to feed it in a way, but feed it in a sort of controlled way. That's where you've got to have a good balance between your work and play. Let's just see what's going on with the messages from energy. Let's just see what's going on there with the general energies. Okay, so here we go. It's the finger on the pulse factor. I think you've got a good opportunity this week as well for you to determine a lot of the next 6 months, year outcome at the moment. That's why there's a lot of things you put into place now that you'll still be seeing the benefits of in 6 months, a years, or it's going to change your life in 6 months, a year. It's a gradual process that you're going through. And I think you should be it's like planting a seed, a tomato seed. You're not going to be getting the fruit for 3 or 4 months before, at least before the tomato is ready. And so, it's got to be patience. There's a cultivation that goes on here. But having your finger on the pulse will know the seeds, and you're feeling those seeds that are coming through to you. On your financial side, look at that. You get the 7 of Wands. Yeah, you've got to fight for this pathway. You've got to want it, Virgo. And you've got to want it from within. And it's got to be very stimulating for you, I think. And the best way to defend that pathway is not to sort of fend off the others. The best way to do it is by living your pathway. And then no one else can get on it and get in the way. That's what I think the best way to do it. On the relationship side, you get the 4 of Swords. Healing. I do think this is why I said the work play ethic of life, or the work and personal side of life. I think you need to spend a bit of time there so you consolidate a lot of stuff within your life in regards to relationships. Because as it develops on your financial side, you're going to want that security, or that good connection that you can have with other people in a very personal way, which helps you to feel, it's all worth it and why you're doing it and etc. And that you can enjoy life as well. Not that you don't enjoy it doing your work, because I'm sure you will do. But it's having those connections that is going to be good for you, and it's going to help you in the future. And that's what I mean about planting a seed for the next sort of 6 months. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. This is really finger on the pulse time. And it's something to do with a connection here, like a networking thing. It's not direct either. It seems like it's like a friend who's going to say, look, I've got a friend who's got a friend who's looking for this person here, and that's that new job. Or I've got a friend who's got a friend who's got a business, and they probably really like your services or the products that you've got. And it's an opportunity that comes through several connections that seems to go on here. And I think you need to be, within inside you, this is where, if it stimulates you, then I think it's definitely worth investigating. There's a tower moment. Yeah, I do think there's a lot of pressure upon you, actually, from that fire energy that's coming in. That's on your karmic path, on your financial side. I think you've got to realize that sometimes there's a different way of creating your success. That's what I think the big understanding is for your karmic path of what you should be living. Okay, the synchronicities. Let's just see what's going on in the synchronicities, or the networking with the outside world. Look at that. You get the Four of Pentacles. This is, okay, so Four of Pentacles is, most people say it's holding on to something too tightly. For me, personally, I think it's a case of like, the person is looking to invest their money in several things that are grounding them, that has got good foundation. There's other ones that's part of investment that needs to be connected to the dream or the consciousness, and also to the heart, to the emotions. And I think this is where I put it more, the Four of Pentacles, of where you're looking for connections that are around you that are much more concerned with quality rather than quantity. That's what you want to be doing. But I do think you're going to be stimulated by a lot of different possibilities. The question is which one do you take? From the past, you get the Nine of Swords. I think this is what's forced you into, I think maybe it's like sometimes we can diversify a little bit too much and get lost in trying to do too many things. And I think that's what caused a bit of the stress for the situation for you. Okay, I've just shot the cards all over the place. Let me just pick them up. Yeah, I think you've done a lot of in looking around, and I think that's caused, it's maybe put a little bit too much on your plate in the past, and I think that's provoked that understanding of quality rather than quantity. In the future, you get the High Priestess. So this is where you have a total control over. Let me just check, because that came in upside down. I don't like it like that. You have a control over the emotional sort of side. So have a lot of control of what you put into the world, and that's that whole sort of like, you get a bit of that fire down there. And I think this is where your passions have got to be controlled in order for your daily life, for you to have a control over the emotional side, so you don't get caught in that Nine of Swords situation like you have done in the past. And, it's knowing you will know the outside world. And then you get the Queen of Cups on how you connect with everything that is around you. And the Queen of Cups is allowing those emotions to exist in the world around you, but without committing to it. They have to come to you in all of this. So it seems like that there's maybe a lot of networking opportunities for you, but you have to stay true to your path. But at the same time, don't be shutting any doors before they actually open. And yeah, you're learning about cultivating, planting that seed. That's the general energy that runs sort of like through that sort of financial side there. You get the Page of Pentacles. That's that seed, and learning the process of being the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is basically a farmer. planting seeds, because he knows he doesn't have to go looking for success. He's planting his success before it arrives. And that's what you've got to do a little bit. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. There's a lot of warmth and a lot of heat here, and a lot of passion maybe that's going on within this. And that could be that fixed water that comes in from Scorpio. Maybe it's someone that you're finding here that makes you feel warm. And it's a transition. Maybe it's like someone that you've known for a long time that may have been a friend and becomes then a partner. You get the Three of Pentacles on your karmic path. Yeah, I think the healthy, the healing aspect of it all is, I've already seen another card. I knew there was another card upside down. Sorry about that. But the Three of Pentacles on your karmic path is all about you sort of kind of going, you know the good qualities of you, and therefore that should reflect in the good qualities of the people that you connect with. And they should be, your qualities will reflect for them as well. And this is where you can build respect. And I think this is what you need to go back to. And I think that's what the healing thing, something that you can really rely on. And you get the Three of Cups, very socializing, enjoying the moment with the people that you respect is going to help you enormously to cultivate your financial side. That's what it seems to be like. And in the past, you get the Page of Swords. Learning about, in the past, I think you're converting ideas into reality. You may have even thought about this person before and so forth. But now you're starting, from what is from the past, you're starting to learn a lot. So you can actually say and convey your sentiments to another person, which will open enormously, the doors and what have you. And it's, the Ace of Swords just wanted to fly out. Ace of Wands wanted to fly out there. It's out with the old and in with the new. There's a real sort of, this is where we get into that warmth. You get the Queen of Swords, not a warm card, but the Queen of Swords, she's deciding to take her pathway. She's not following a pathway. She's deciding to take her pathway. And I think that comes out of that healing, that respectful, connection you have with other people. And out the top of it, the King of Pentacles. I think you should be feeling, or you should engage in the relationships and the sensation of kind of going, I know what I want. That's the strength of the King of Pentacles. And then all of a sudden, because you know what you want, you will have it in abundance. But you've got to start acting like that before you actually sort of live it. The general thing that's running through you, though, you get the Ten of Swords. I think that Ten of Swords is that realization that certain relationships may be just dead, done and dusted with. And that's what allows you then to realize within you and allows that Four of Swords to come through to get that healing on it. But there's something definitely converting into from friendship into love here and somewhere along the line. But it's more important that you enjoy the connections with other people on the relationship side, be it sort of one-to-one, be it sort of like friends, family and so forth. Because when you've got that confidence, you don't have to worry about it so much and you can enjoy the moment. And that will allow you to be really efficient on your financial side and really getting that seed planted and start, developing your own success. So there you go, Virgo. If you like what you see, thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. It's lovely to see your comments as well. Don't forget about the messages from energy on this channel and the energy update that you can see on Cymatic TV. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.